Good evening. Good evening, fans. Welcome to the second district game between the Derby Panthers and the South High Titans. Derby comes in with an unblemished 7-0 record. South comes in with a 5-2 record, losing the first 2 games of the season and winning the last 5. They've turned the season into a year where not much was expected. They were picked to finish last in the City League, and now they are having a fine season and playing higher than anyone's expectations. Stats coming into for the season coming into tonight's ball game. Derby has 2,441 yards total offense, 1,436 of that is rushing, 1,005 of that is passing. Defense for the season, Derby has allowed 917 yards, 492 rushing, and 425 passing. Leaders for the Panthers, Barry Gelbreth is the leading passer. He's attempted 92 passes, completed 52 for 1,005 yards. Receiving, Corey Gorley has 23 receptions for 491 yards. Rushing, Tyson Malik leads the team with 868 yards on the 122 carries. For South High for the season, they total offense is 1,784 yards. They have 1,121 rushing and 663 passing. Defensively, they've allowed 1,700 yards, 1,073 of that rushing and 627 passing. Players to watch tonight for the South High is quarterback Brad Grimm, who is 28 out of 76 passing for 2 touchdowns, 663 yards. Leading rusher, Kalen Pierce, who has 760 yards on 143 carries. South High will come out in an I formation. In the offense for South, the quarterback will be Brad Grimm, 6'2", 175-pound sophomore. Fullback will be Casey Reinhardt, 6'1", 224-pound senior. The tailback, Kalen Pierce, 5'10", 181-pound sophomore. Tight end, Deron Johnson, 6'1", 220-pound senior. Split end, Cornell Hubbard, 5'9", 140-pound senior. And flanker, Ramon Logan, 5'8", 150-pound senior. Offensively for the Panthers, at quarterback number 9, Barry Gelbreth, 6'2", 172-pound senior. Tailback number 35, Tyson Malik, 6'1", 177-pound senior. At fullback, Shelby Weirman, 5'11", 183-pound senior. At flanker, Tyler Malik, 6', 166-pound senior. At split end, Corey Gorley, 5'10", 172-pound senior. Across the front line for the Panthers, Josh Reel at tight end, Jason Reitmeyer at right tackle, Ross Draney at right guard, Doug Simpler will be the center, D. Duncan left guard, and Josh Ost at the left tackle. Number 83, Chris DeVore, back to kick off for the Panthers. Ball's fielded by number 32 for South High. He's hog-tied about the 5-yard line, brought down. They're going to mark it about the 6-yard line. South will start first to goal from their own 6-yard line. Tonight is senior night for Derby High School. We'd like to congratulate the senior parents that were involved in the ceremonies before the game tonight. South comes out in the I formation, gives back to the tailback. Kalen Pierce, he stopped at the middle of the line by a host of Panthers for maybe a 1-yard gain or a half-yard. They mark it with no gain, bring up 2nd and 10. South High comes out in the pro set. Again, a handoff to tailback Kalen Pierce, and he stopped again with no gain. Leading tackle was Josh Reel from his defensive end position. South comes out with splits to the left, I formation. Give to the fullback, Casey Reinhardt, he stopped with no gain. Run in the middle line, bring up 4th and long for South High Titans, and they will punt the ball after 3 offensive plays. The South High punter sets up about 8 yards deep in his own end zone. Ball's almost snapped, line drive. Malik mishandles the ball, picks it up about the 48. Gains about 5 yards, still runs into a wall of South High defensive players. Derby will take over first and 10 at the South High 46-yard line for their first possession. Aaron Severin will start at the split end position. Hand off to Malik. He goes around the right end. Knocked out bounce after about a 5-yard gain. Gilbert brings up the line, I formation. Give to Malik up the middle. Runs off tackle, gains about 5 yards. We'll bring up 3rd and 1 for the Panthers. William Ramsey checks in for the Panthers at tight end. They did not get a good mark. They mark it 3rd and 2 for the Panthers. Just hand off again to Malik. He's hitting the backfield, spins, gets back to the line of scrimmage, gains maybe about a yard, but still going to be short of the 1st and 10. We'll bring up 4th and probably 1 for the Panthers, maybe a 1.5. It's into the lineup. Corey Gorley comes off. I formation, double tight end set. Some pitch to Malik around the side. He's got the first down. He's got more. Gets in the backfield. Finally tackled after about a 16-yard gain, 15-yard gain. Bring up, make it a 1st and 10 for the Panthers at the 22-yard line. South High comes out in a 5-2 defense, but they stack the linebackers real tight, and it almost looked like a 7 or 8 man front. Double wide set for the Panthers. Lone sellback, hand off to Weirman up the middle. He breaks a tackle, breaks another tackle, hits the outside. Finally brought down after about a 4-yard gain. Excellent second effort by Shelby on his first carry of the ball game. The officials indicated it's against South High, to conferring with Captain Barry Gelbreth. It's a face mask against South High. We'll we'll give the Panthers a 1st down. William Ramsey again comes back in, double tight end set for the Panthers. Corey Gorley split left. Just a pitch to Malik. Picks up a block by Weirman, cuts inside. Hit after about a 5-yard gain. Like it gets down to just inside the 5-yard line. Tyler Malik checks in for the Panthers. He's split left. Panther Stadium double tight end set. High formation. Gelbreth hands off to Malik. He follows Shelby Weirman in the line. There is a flag. It's like Malik piles down to about the 1-yard line, maybe the 2-yard line. We need to stop and see what the penalty is. Be holding against the Panthers. That's a big penalty. It's a ball out to the 15-yard line. We'll make 2nd goal from the 15. Gorley and Severin check in. Shelby Weirman, the lone setback in the offense. Malik goes split right. Gelbreth back to throw. Touchdown, quarterback keeper. Gets around the outside, picks up some blocks. Gets knocked out of bounds about the 3-yard line. William Ramsey checks back into the ball game at tight end. Panthers again go with a double tight end set. Corey Gorley split left. Weirman and Malik in the backfield. And it's like a false start on the Panthers. They're calling offsides against South High School, so it'll move the ball down to about the 2-yard line. What will be 3rd and goal. Ball placed at the 2-yard line. Tyson Malik checks into the ball game. I formation, double tight end set. South High packing the defense in. There's a pitch back to Malik. He cuts in behind Shelby's block and goes in for the score. 2 excellent blocks out there on the left side. Jason Reitmeyer throws an extra block, moving people in, and Shelby Werman from his fullback position blows the defensive end out. Tyson Malik cuts off of it and goes in for the score from 2.5 yards out. DeVore back set to try the extra point. Gelbreth holds. The kick is up, and it is good. And with 6:10 to go in the first quarter, the Panthers take a 7-0 lead in the second district game of the 1994 season. Ramon Logan, and number 27, Josh Scott. 4 kicks that will be taken by Logan about the 10-yard line. Runs up to the left side, picks up some blockers, gets to the outside. He's going to be knocked out about the 34-yard line, so the South High Titans will start much better field position on their second possession than they did on their first possession. South High stays in the I formation. Brad Grimm, quarterback, gives to the fullback Reinhardt, and he's stopped before he gets back to line of scrimmage for maybe 1 yard loss or 2 yards. Reinhardt and Price in the backfield. Grimm back to throw and throws incomplete. Pass to 31, Cornell Hubbard. South High not known for having a passing game, but West High was not known for having a passing game last week either, so we're not sure what to expect. They come out in high formation with double split to the left side. Quarterback runs the option, pitches back to the tailback, Kalen Pierce, and he's stopped with about a maybe a 2-yard gain, 3-yard gain. Derby almost blocked the first punt. Malik back, standing about his own 25 to receive this one. The ball goes out of bounds, will probably be spotted about the 25-yard line. Panthers break the hold. Gelbreth brings them up to the line. High formation for the Panthers. Gelbreth keeps it on the option. He's tackled, looks like about no gain. 21 Tyler Malik checks in for the Panthers. He goes split right. Corey Gorley split left. Malik and Werman in the backfield. 2nd and 10 for the Panthers at their own 25-yard line. Gelbreth back to throw, sets up, throws deep to Corey Gorley. Excellent defense played by number 14 for South High. Aaron Severin checks into the ballgame for the Panthers. He goes split right with Gorley on the right side. Single back set for the Panthers. Gelbreth back to throw. Sets up, avoids a rush. There's a flag on the penalty. He's thrown for a loss back inside his own 20-yard line. There's a flag on the play. Holding against the Panthers. Look for South to decline. It will bring up 4th and about 16 for the Panthers if they do decline. Panthers come on to punt the ball on their second possession. Ball Setting right at the 19-yard line for the Panthers. Shelby Werman back to punt. He'll be standing inside his own 5-yard line. 32 back to receive the ball for South High. Ramon Logan. There's a penalty on the flag, going to be offsides or illegal procedure. It's going to be against the Panthers, so that will move it back another 5 yards. South High with 10 guys on the line of scrimmage. Look like they're going to come after it with Derby back pinned in their own territory. It's a good snap. Werman gets a punt off. It's a low punt. Gets a good Derby bounce. Continues to roll. Is going to be stopped dead about the 47.5-yard line. So South High will start their third possession with the best field position they've had of the night. South High comes out in the I formation, double split to the right side. Brad Grimm at quarterback, pitches back to Kalen Pierce. Around the left end, picks up a block, makes a turn, shoestring tackled by Tyler Malik. Grimm sets offense, goes back to throw, throws a screen. Pass across the middle, it's caught, and it's off to the races. He's in for a touchdown, number 23 for the South High Titans on a 48-yard pass. Pattern across the middle. On the try, the extra point for South High will be number 11, Brad Grimm. He's also the quarterback. Number 9, Courtney Scary will hold for the extra point. Kick is up. And it's good. So with 2:45 to go in the first quarter, we're tied, Derby 7 and South 7. Grimm tees it up for the South High. Back to receive the kick for the Panthers deep is Tyson Malik. He's standing about his own 10-yard line. Grimm kicks the ball deep. Malik goes back. The ball goes into the end zone. So it'll be brought out to the 20-yard line, and Derby will start first and 10 at their own 20-yard line. Gelworth brings him up to the line. Corey Gorley comes out split left. Aaron Severin split right, I formation. South High again stacking the defense tight. The option to the right side. Gelworth keeps it, gets to the outside. Picks up about 5 yards on the carry. 21 Tyler Malik checks in for the Panthers. He goes split left. 2nd and 5 for the Panthers. Gelworth gives to fullback Shelby Werman. He breaks a couple tackles, picks up the first down, gets out to just short of the 35-yard line. It's going to be marked just across the 34-yard line, so almost a 10-yard gain for Shelby Werman with a quick fullback. Corley comes split left. Severin split right. Panthers having success moving the ball on the ground. Gelworth back, hands off to Malik. He follows his blockers, gets up in the middle, cuts to the outside. It's a foot race down the sideline. But there is a flag. He's going to be knocked out about the 46-yard line, but there is a flag back about the 45-yard line, and the South High Panthers are signaling that that's against the Panthers. It's almost a 20-yard gain for Tyson Malik. Holding call against the Panthers, so that will negate the gain and will bring up a second and long, or first and long for the Panthers. 36-yard line. Field conditions tonight, the field was awful sloppy, and it's going to make it real tough for defensive backs to stay with people and also for people to tackle. High formation for the Panthers. Give to Malik around the left side. He breaks one tackle, gets knocked out about the 40-yard line after about a 4-yard gain. Bring up 2nd and 5 for the Panthers from their own 40. Severin checks into the ball game. And Gorley goes split right. Gilbert calling the signals. And there's motion against the Derby offense. So that backs them up another 5. So the Panthers are back again to 2nd and short 10 or 2nd and 9. Mistakes have been the story here the first quarter for the Panthers. Tyler Malik brings the play in for the Panthers. He goes split to the right. Panthers stay in the I formation with double splits. Gorley to the left. Gilbert runs the option, keeps the ball, tucks it inside. Gains about 4. Quarter or so with 1 quarter out of the way. We're tied. Wichita South 7, Derby Panthers 7. We headed south this time. Tonight's ball game brought to you by the Roadkill Cafe and Tanning Salon, where yesterday's tragedy is today's special. 3rd and 4 for the Panthers. Gilbert under quarterback. Hands off to Malik. He hit the line of scrimmage, breaks the tackle, gets to the outside, picks up the first down, thrown to about the 48-yard line, crosses midfield. Nate Phillips, number 26, checks in for the Panthers. He comes split right. Panthers stay in the I formation. Give to Shelby Workman, the fullback. He cuts back behind the blockers, picks up maybe 1 yard. Aaron Severin brings the play in. He and Gorley come split right. Shelby Workman moves up to tight end position. Malik the lone setback. There's a handoff to Malik. He's hit right at the line of scrimmage, brought down for no gain. Nate Phillips checks in with the play. He goes split left. Gorley comes split right. Malik split in the slot to the right side. Well, Werman the lone setback. Gilbert takes a snap, drops back to pass, looking downfield, throws to Malik, wide open, just over his outreached hands. Ball falls incomplete about the 20-yard line. Werman back to punt for the Panthers. 32, Ramon Logan back to receive for South High. The punt goes off to the left side, picks up a Derby bounce, rolls back to the middle of the field, going to roll inside the 5-yard line. Ball's going to be dead about the 4-yard line. So excellent punt by Shelby Werman. Almost 45, 44 yards in that punt with no return. Pins South High back inside their own 5-yard. Grimm brings the South High Titans out to the line of scrimmage. They remain in the I formation. Split right is Ramon Logan. Handoff to the fullback, and he goes nowhere against the Panther front line defense. Grimm again brings him to the line of scrimmage. I formation back, hands off to the tailback, Kalen Price. He breaks some tackles. He chugs upfield, carries some Derby Panthers with him, does pick up enough for the 1st and 10. I formation. South High moves. Number 82, the tight end, saw motion across from him, jumps off sides, and I'm sure it will be a penalty against the South High Titans. Illegal procedure called against the Titans. That will move them back to about the 15-yard line. Will bring up 1st and 15 for the Titans. Defensive end position, and the tight end for the South High Titans couldn't set tight, and when he moves, he was flagged. Grimm again brings him up. Price and Reinhardt in the backfield for South High. There's the pitch to Price. He's tackled for a loss by the Panthers. Number 62 for the Panthers, Justin Williams, in on the tackle for about a 5-yard loss. Then at 2nd and 20 for the Titans. South High comes out with double split to the left side. Grimm back to throw, looking for his receiver, throws deep to number 31. Ball broken up by number 11 for the Panthers, Troy Glazier on the coverage, and he was in excellent position to break the ball up. Just a little bit underthrown, number 31 for the South High Titans. South High quarterback does show that he has a strong arm. He is just a sophomore, but a big sophomore, 6'2", 175 pounds. Double split for South High, I formation. Give to the tailback up the middle, Kalen Pierce, and he stopped well short of a first down as they needed almost 20 yards. And the back also does the punting as well as the kicking and the place kicking. So he's back to punt again. Malik back to receive. The punt's blocked by the Panthers. They pick it up and it's a touchdown. Number 34, Shelby Werman, coming in and gets the block and then follows it up and picks it up for the Panther touchdown, and it's a big play by the defense. With 7:23 to go in the second quarter, the defense has put some points on the board for the Panthers, and they take a 13-7 lead. Gelbreth to hold on the extra point. Chris DeVore set to attempt the extra point. Ball's down, the kick is up, and it's good. So with 7:23 to go in the second quarter, the Panthers take a 14-7 lead. Panthers very close to blocking 2 prior South High punts, and that time they were all over the punter, and he didn't have a chance to get the punt off at all. DeVore tees the ball up, back to receive the kick, number 32, Ramon Logan for the South High Titans. Logan's going to take it about his 3-yard line, steps back to maybe about the 2-yard line, and he's hit hard at the 20-yard line. Shelby Werman down on the stick for the Panthers, and he knocks him off his feet Titans will start 1st and goal from their own 20-yard line. 7:09 remain in the second quarter. I formation, pro set. Grimm back to throw, throws a little out here at 32. Ramon Logan, he's brought down after about a 4-yard gain. The favorite quarterback of quarterback Brad Grimm. Grimm and tailback Kalen Pierce, both sophomores for the Titans, so they will be around 2 more years for the Panthers to face. Again, I formation, pro set. Grimm back to throw out of the backfield. He throws it out to number 30, Casey Reinhardt, and he drops it. Casey Hubbard checks in for South High. He goes split to the right side along with 32, Ramon Logan. I formation. Grimm back to throw. He's being chased. Hands off to Kalen Pierce, number 9, the tailback, and he's lucky to get back to the last scrimmage. He gains maybe a yard, but he was real close to being sacked for about a 7-8 yard loss as the Panthers were in a blitz with their linebackers. Good field position. Malik standing about his 40-yard line to receive the punt. There appears to be a flag on the play, and looks like maybe Derby lined up off sides. If it is, it's going to give the 5 yards will be enough for a first down for the South High Titans, and it is off sides, and they're going to move the ball 5 yards upfield, and it will give South High Titans a 1st and 10 for Derby, and the Derby error gives the South the opportunity to maintain the drive. Less than 6 minutes to go in the quarter. I formation. Grimm gives to the tailback. He's hit the line of scrimmage, breaks the tackle, gets across the 40-yard line, across the 35-yard line. There is a flag thrown in the middle of the tackle. Waiting to see what the preliminary signal is. It's going to be called clip against the defense. That's a clip against the defense is a very odd call. You don't see that called very often. We'll move the ball up close to midfield or across midfield for the Titans. 1st and 10 at the Derby 48. I formation. Grimm gives to Pierce. He goes into Price. He goes into the line of scrimmage. Gains about 2, maybe 3 yards. Again, pro set for South High, I formation. Grimm, the quarterback, pitches back to Price, reverse. Picks some blockers up, can't get around the outside. Number 35, Malik, runs down Ramon Logan for about a 10-yard loss on the play. Excellent defensive play by the Panthers, stringing the play out and not giving Logan the chance to turn the corner. Logan comes split left, look for them to go to him in 3rd and long situation. Grimm pitches back. It's a fumble, it's a reverse again, and he fumbles, and the missed play takes the ball back to about the 35-yard line on both of them. So again, it puts South High in a 4th down punting position. Malik standing back about his own 30-yard line to receive the punt. Grimm to punt. Derby coming again hard. Grimm gets a good kick. Malik runs back. The ball bounces straight from there. He picks it up about the 5. He's got one guy to beat to pick up some blocking. Beats him, gets past another guy, gets it back out to about the 20-yard line. About a 15-yard return from Malik, but just an excellent punt by Grimm for the South High Titans. Gilbert brings to the line of scrimmage. 1st and 10 from the 20-yard line. 3:05 to go in the first half. Werman goes in motion, ball handoff to Malik. He's tackled in the backfield for a loss. It looks like an awful late hit by South High Titan after Malik was down. About a 3-yard loss on the misdirection play. Nate Phillips brings the play in for the Panthers. He comes out split right. Gorley split left. I formation. 2nd and 13 for the Panthers. Gilbert runs the options, keeps it, runs inside, cuts it back up, runs into number 30. Aaron Severin comes in the ball game for the Panthers. He goes split right. Gorley goes to the left. Malik goes to the slot on the left. Shelby Werman, the lone setback. Gilbert takes a snap. He drops back to pass, looking downfield. Ball is apparently tipped. Gilbert was hit just as he threw, and a lame duck that was up for grabs. And Derby is very fortunate South High didn't get an interception on that play. Shelby Werman backs up. He's going to be standing about his own 5-yard line when he receives the snap. Ramon Logan back to return for South High. They've got 10 guys up, and they're coming after it. Shelby gets a poor punt. He rushes the punt. Gets a poor punt. It's going to come out. It's going to be marked about the 35-yard line. So about a 15-yard punt for Shelby. So with 1:30 to go in the half, South High starts off with pretty good field position. So with a minute and a half to go in the half, South's going to get one more attempt at putting some points on the board. Logan goes split right, Grimm back, fakes a handoff, looking for Logan across the middle, throws to the tight end coming out left side and just overthrows his hands. 7 left to go in the, can you close that please? 1:27 left to go in the half. South comes out in the pro set I formation. Grimm back to throw. He's being rushed. He's being chased out of the pocket, looking downfield. Can't find anybody to throw it to. He does unload the ball just out of bounds, and he's throwing it away. Excellent defensive coverage by the Panthers. Nate Phillips in the coverage in the flat. An excellent rush by the defense. Cornell Hubbard checks in for South High. He comes out split left along with Hubbard split left. Grimm at quarterback, 3rd and long. Give to the fullback up the middle, Cornell Reinhardt, or Casey Reinhardt, and he stopped after about a 2-yard gain. Panthers take a timeout. Well, South High comes out with 4th and 9 with good field position. They're not going to punt the ball. They don't want to risk having another punt blocked, so they will attempt a pass on 4th and 9. Hubbard Logan remains threat, goes split right. Grimm up, hits him quick out of the flat. He tries to get to the outside. He's going to be stopped short of the 1st and 10. So the Panthers will take over with 1:03 to go in the half. They're going to take over with the ball about the 25-yard line, 26-yard line. So Galbraith brings them up. The clock is started, so it's going to be less than a minute to go when they take this snap. Lone setback for the Panthers. 2 guys split right to give to Shelby Werman up the middle. He finds a big gap, and he gets about 15 yards on the carry. South High set looking for the pass and not playing defense up the middle, and Shelby found a lot of running room up front at the 40-yard line. 45 seconds to go in the first half with the clock running. Double split to the left side. Again, Werman the lone setback in the offense. Galbraith back to throw, looking downfield, throws downfield. Trying to hit Tyson Malik, and defense was all over. Karen Severn checks in for the Panthers. He goes split to the right. Malik in the backfield this time. Galbraith back to throw, looking deep. Hits Josh Wheeler across the middle. Josh breaks the tackle, gets downfield. It's going to be down about the 40-yard line, enough for 1st and 10 for the Panthers. Panthers take a timeout with 22 seconds to go in the half, and they've moved the ball from their own 25 down to the South High 40-yard line. South High defense has played awful soft and given Derby everything underneath, and Derby's taking advantage of it. With 40 yards to go and with 23 seconds, they going to have to throw the ball downfield a little bit more now. Galbraith back to throw, thrown to Aaron Severn. He's behind the guy, and there has to be defensive pass interference inside the 10-yard line. The only way for the defender to stop that reception was for him to interfere. Aaron Severn hadn't beaten, and the pass was on the target. Coach, you hate to see that defensive pass interference penalty. There is a flag on the far side, and that's probably going to be called against the South High coaching staff. And South High coaching staff are not happy, and the officials have thrown a flag, and it's going to move the Panthers down even closer to pay dirt, as they were down at the 25-yard line after starting the drive to 20. And this unsportsmanlike penalty will take the penalty, move the ball even closer down to about the 12.5-yard line. It will be half the distance to the goal, and so Derby picks up a big 12 or 13 yards without running any time off the clock. Not going to be spotted. Oh, we have a timeout on the field.
Make up your mind.
1st and 10 from the 12. This drive started back about their own 20. So with a little over a minute to go, they've moved the length of the field, and they've got themselves down in position to score before the half runs out. Galbraith sets them. Shelby Werman, the lone setback, Gelbert back to throw. He's being rushed. He rolls to the outside. Still looking for somebody to throw to. Makes a turn, throws the ball downfield. Touchdown! There's a flag on the penalty, and it's probably going to be Gelbert across the line of scrimmage when he threw the football. He tucked the ball and started to run, then saw a man open in the end zone. And I'm sure they're going to call for him for being across the line of scrimmage. Illegal forward pass. The point of that he threw the pass, so it will bring up a second and about 12 for the Panthers. 10 seconds to go in the quarter. And Panthers are bringing on their field goal. Looks like they're bringing on their field goal team. South High elects to take a timeout. So with 10 seconds to go in the half, Panthers look like they're setting up to attempt a field goal, which will probably be about a 32, 33-yard attempt by Chris DeBoer. With 10 seconds to go in the half, they're going to try to get another offensive play off. Gorley goes split to the left, Severin split to the right, I formation. Gelbert then to obviously attempt another pass. He's back to throw, looks for Gorley, throws to him in the corner, just over his hands. So they did get an attempt off with 10 seconds to go, and there's still 5 seconds to go in the half, so they got one more attempt off, and they still have time to attempt the field goal. Ball's going to be spotted about the 22-yard line, so it'll be a 32-yard attempt. Barry Gelbreth to hold. The ball's down. The kick is up. It's going to be long enough. It's good. 32-yard attempt. Field goal is good, so the Panthers take a 17-7 lead with 1/10 of 1 second to go in the first half. The last play of the first half, as Chris DeBoer is set to kick off. Logan back to receive for the South High Titans. 1/10 of 1 second to go in the half. DeBoer tees it up. Would not be surprised to see him simply kick it short and not give South High the opportunity to run the ball back. He does kick it right to the lineman, and he fields it, and he's going to go down, and that's the end of the first half. So with the first half complete, the Derby Panthers have a 17-7 lead. Panthers take the field, warming up for the second half. We do have some first half stats for you. The Derby Panthers had 8 first downs, 4 of those on rushing, 1 on passing, 3 came via penalty. So a big part of the penalties playing a big part in the Panther offense first half. The South High Titans had 3 first and 10s, 2 of those coming on Derby penalties and only 1 rushing. So the Derby Panthers defense doing a good job. They did give up 7 points on a long pass, but they did come back and make those points up with a block punt and recovered in the end zone by Shelby Werman for the touchdown. The penalties, a big part of the first half, Derby was penalized 7 times for 48 yards and South 5 times for 43 yards. Passing, South High attempted 8 passes, completed 3 for 50 yards and for 1 touchdown. Barry Gelbreth for the Panthers attempted 6, completed 1 for 18 yards and no touchdowns. Rushing, the defense again for both sides controlling the rushing game. South High rushed 15 times for a net 10 yards. Derby rushed for 90 yards and passed for 18 for a total of 108 yards total offense the first half. The big part of the first half again was the penalties and mistakes that gave the other teams good field positions or kept drives going for the other team's offense because of penalties.
Did you read him?
As we're set to start the second half, the captains for the night for the Panthers going out headed out to midfield, number 50, Doug Simpler, the center, and number 35, Tyson Malik, the tailback. There's virtually no breeze this evening, so there is no advantage to defending one end or the other. South High will defend the north goal. Derby will defend the south goal and receive to start the second half. So the Panthers will come out on offense. They lead 17-7, points on the board. Malik will receive. He's setting back about his goal, setting on his goal line to receive. Grimm, the quarterback, number 11, set the kickoff for the Titans. The ball's back. Malik's going to fill it about the 5. He gets behind the wall, breaks up the middle, is untouched. Runs into number 71 right about the 35-yard line, drives up to about the 37-yard line. So about a 30-yard kickoff return for Tyson Malik. Ball's being placed on the 38-yard line. I formation for the Panthers. Gorley split to the left. Tyler Malik split to the right. Galbraith under center. Hand off to Malik, follow Sheridan in the line. He's hit right at the last scrimmage. He's probably going to be thrown for maybe a half-yard loss on the play. Excellent pursuit by the defensive front of the South High. Comes out split to the left. Shelby Werman, the lone setback in the offense. Malik in the slot to the right. Gorley split right. 2nd and 10 for the Panthers. Quarterback keeper for Galbraith. He gets to the outside, picks up a block from Malik, tries to the outside, gets to the corner turn. He's going to be brought down probably just short of right at the yard marker. So it will either be a 1st and 10 or just short and bring up 3rd and short for the Panthers. Tyler Malik brings the play on for the Panthers. He comes to the near side of the field. Panthers again in the I formation. Werman at fullback, Malik at tailback. Carroll will take the snap, pitches to Malik. He cuts behind Werman's block, gets to the outside. There's a face mask and there is a flag. Malik takes it for about a 5-yard gain across midfield, about the 48-yard line. Being spotted at the 49-yard line, but there will be a face mask penalty tacked on to the end of the run. So it should move the ball down and bring up another 1st down for the Panthers. Nate Phillips brings the play in. He goes out, split right. Gorley split left. 1st and 10 for the Panthers. Ball on the 34-yard line. Galbraith at quarterback. Here's the pitch to Malik around the right end. Picks up blocks by Shelby Werman. Cuts back against the grain. Going to gain about 7 or 8 yard line. There's the South High player down on the play. It off the field. He took a good block out there. Bring up 2nd and 5 for the Panthers. We do have a score of the Northwest-East game. Northwest leads East 21-14 in the 3rd quarter. 2nd and 5 here for the Panthers. Galbraith brings to the line of scrimmage. I formation. Malik split left. Gorley split right. Runs the option. Pitches out to Malik. He's caught for loss. About a 3-yard loss. Galbraith hit. Was lucky to get the pitch off, and he was able to get away to Malik, but there was no yards to be gained. Gorley split to the near side. Galbraith back to throw. Looking downfield. Hits Josh Reilly across the middle. Josh turns upfield. Brought down about the 25-yard line. Going to be just a yard short of a 1st and 10. Going to bring up 4th and 1 for the Panthers. The Panthers are tied in, so the Panthers go to a double tight end set. Gorley split to the right. I formation. It's pitch back to Malik. He cuts upfield. He's got the first down. Looked like there might have been some motion, but don't see a flag thrown. So it is a first down for the Panthers. And for the Panthers, he comes to the near side, Gorley to the wide side. South High in single coverage on the wide people. Gelber takes a snap, hands off to Malik, follows Weirman, breaks a tackle, spins, gets down to close to the 20-yard line, just short of the 20-yard line. Nate Phillips comes out to the near side, Gorley to the wide side. 2nd and 9 for the Panthers at their own 21-yard line. Gelbert back, hands off to Malik. He hits the line of scrimmage, breaks the tackle, lunges forward, gets across the 20-yard line, gets close to the 17-yard line. Malik checks into the Panther lineup. He comes split left, Gorley split right. South High stacking the linebackers in tight with almost 9 guys up on the line of scrimmage. There's a pitch to Malik behind Weirman's block. He cuts back inside, cuts against the green, fumbles the football. The ball's in the end zone. He's trying to bring it out, and it will probably be a touchback. They call it safety. It is a safety. Apparently the ball did not carry itself into the end zone. We're waiting for a call because it looked from here like the ball was carried itself into the end zone. They're going to, the officials are going to hold before they give the final call. I think it's a touchback. I think it'd be brought out to the 20-yard line, but one official did signal a safety. Malik was down about the 5-yard line or 7-yard line when he fumbled. It is a safety for the Panthers, so they did not get the touchdown. They were close to scoring. They did not get the touchdown, but second best, they pick up 2 points on the safety, and South High will be punting back to the Panthers, and they should have a good field position after the punt. It will take place at their own 20 or 25-yard line against the South High Titans. South will kick from their own 20-yard line. Tyson Malik set about just inside his own 20-yard line to receive the kick. South has the option of either punting or kicking the football. Brad Grimm, the quarterback, picks the ball up. He will punt. Malik back singly to take the punt. It is a short line drive punt. Going to be fielded by one of the up men, Shelby Weirman. He picks up a front wall, cuts outside, and he slips and falls just short of the South High 45-yard line. It's going to be spotted about the 47. They start this drive from the, it's called the 47-yard line of South. I formation. Gelber hands off to Weirman on the fullback dive. He crosses the 45-yard line. Give him a 2-yard gain. Can bring up 2nd and 8 for the Panthers. Nate Phillips shuffles the play in for the Panthers. He goes split right. Gorley split to the left. Panthers split out of the I formation. Gelber back to throw, looks downfield, throws to Gorley. He catches the ball, he gets away from the tackler, he's in for the touchdown. 45-yard touchdown pass from Barry Gelber to Corey Gorley, and the defensive player covering Corey had his back to the pass and had no idea where the play was. Excellent concentration by Corey as he looks the ball into his hands and makes the catch, turns upfield and sprints down the sidelines. So with 5:19 to go in the third quarter, the Panthers take a 25-7 lead over the South High Titans, and Chris DeVore will be on to try the extra point attempt. Kick is down, or snap is down, kick is up, and Chris DeVore puts it through the uprights for a 26-7 lead. one, and instead they come back with a safety and come back 2 offensive plays later for a 45-yard touchdown. So a quick 9 points by the Panthers, and they open up a 27-7 lead against the South High Titans. Gone in 32. Ramon Logan back to receive for South High. Chris DeVore to kick off. Kicks a low line drive. It's hit about the 28-yard line, picked up by the Titan. He returns it up to about the 35-yard line. To go on offense, the Derby Panthers have put 9 points on the board. So the South High defense came out to start the second half in the hole, but they're even further in the hole before they have an opportunity. Hand off to the tailback, Kalen Price, and he's thrown for a loss by the Panthers. Number 62 for the Panthers, Justin Williams in on the tackle. South comes out, I formation, double split. Grimm goes back, pitches to the tailback, tries to get outside, hit by Malik, thrown for a loss. Price takes the quick pitch from the quarterback and could not get the corner turn. The Malik throws him for about a 4-yard loss. All setting on the 29-yard line, the South comes out. They split 2 people to the left side, stay in the I formation. 3rd and long. Grimm back to throw, looking being rushed. The ball's loose. They do not call the forward pass, and they signal a fumble, and Derby recovers. Looks like the ball will be spotted about the 9-yard line. Looked like the South High quarterback was trying to get in a position where he could throw the football, and comes in with a double tight end set. Williams checks in at tight end. Tyler Malik goes split right. Tyson at tailback. Shelby Wehrman fullback. Gilbert keeps it, pitches outside to Malik. He looks for the corner, cuts back inside. Gains, looks like maybe about 4 yards. Going to be just short of the 5-yard line. Corey Gorley checks in for the Panthers. He goes split to the right side. Panthers stay in the double tight end set, I formation. 2nd goal from the 6. Gilbert in at quarterback. He turns, gives to Shelby Werman. He goes up the middle, and he's in for the score. Just a fullback dive, and Shelby picks up some excellent blocking from the left side of the line. They blow a big hole for Shelby, and he goes in almost untouched for the score. So with 2:38 to go in the 3rd quarter, the Derby Panthers have scored for the 3rd time in the quarter and take a 32-7 lead over the South High Titans. Chris DeVore on to attempt the extra point. Barry Gelbreth will again hold. The snap is back, it's down. The kick is up, and it is good. So with 2:38 remaining in the 3rd quarter, the Derby Panthers take a 33-7 lead over the South High Titans. I've already been credited for 1 touchdown tonight on a blocked punt and recovering the end zone, and that touchdown again probably has to be credit for the defense. Excellent job by the defense. Logan and Ligon back again to receive for South. Ball's going to be short. It's going to be picked up by Logan. He returns it up the middle. He's hit just short of the 30-yard line, brought down about the 27-28-yard line. 2:33 to go in the half as the South High Titans start their 2nd offensive series of the second half. All game for the 1st quarter and a half is now broken up to a big 26-point lead for the Panthers. There's a pitch back to the tailback Price. He gets back to the line of scrimmage, gains about 3, crosses the 30-yard line. And the Panthers back up like it may be against them.
A 5-inch carry to the 30-line.
Personal foul called against the Panthers. So it will be tacked on to the end of the play. It's going to give the South High squad at first down about the 46-yard line. At their own 47-yard line, the best field position they've had in the second half. I formation. Hand off again to Price, the tailback, and he goes nowhere. He stopped, hit right at the line of scrimmage by a host of Derby Panthers. Grimm brings him to the line. Double wide set I formation for South. Panthers in man coverage. A handoff again to the tailback Price. He fights forward, gets across the line of scrimmage, picks up maybe a yard on the carry. The movement that they've had on offense the second half has been a penalty against the Panthers. They face third and long, put double split to the left side. Grimm back to throw, throws quick out to Logan. He cuts upfield. Going to be brought down short of the first and 10. He crossed midfield, gets across the Panther 45 and down to about the 44-yard line. Need to get down to the 43 for first down in the quarter. If they don't make it here, Panthers will take over in good offensive field position. I formation. Grimm pitches back to Price, and there is a penalty. It may be an illegal procedure against the South Titans. It is will be illegal procedure against the Titans, so we'll move it back, and now instead of having 4th and 1, it's going to bring up 4th and 6 for South High. 16 seconds left to go in the half, and they do send their punting team onto the field line. Grimm back to punt, standing by his own 37. Malik back to receive, staying just short of his 20-yard line, about the 23-yard line. The snap is high. Grimm pulls it down, almost blocked, and there is a flag. They're going to call roughing the punter. Malik lets the punt go, but it's going to be brought back, and it did not look like roughing the punter at all. He maybe tapped him, but he was definitely not run into him. Penalty is going to bring up a first down for the South High Titans. This is the second first down that they've been able to manage the second half, and both of them have come against penalties. So not unlike the first half, the South High offense is relying on Derby mistakes and penalties to help them move the ball down the field. The ball being placed about the 34-yard line, 1st and 10 for South. That's the end of the third quarter, so with 1 quarter left to play in the second district game of the 1994 season, the Panthers go to the fourth quarter with a 33-7 lead over South. Apparently keep the last 16 seconds of the quarter on the stopwatch down the field. 1st and 10 for South, ball on the 34-yard line. Grimm back to throw, looking deep. Throws across the middle, incomplete. Again, the score 33-7 for the Panthers. Fourth quarter, again tonight's game brought to you by Roadside Kill Restaurant and Tanning Salon, where they ask for 2 days notice if you'd like a special order on the menu. 2nd and 10, ball at the Derby 34-yard line. Grimm at quarterback, I formation, slot or wide right for the South. Grimm back to throw, throws deep. His receiver's behind, and he just overthrows his receiver, and he was wide open. South High receiver going on a fly pattern, and he just outran everybody, and Grimm put the ball up, hoping he could run in, and he just overthrows the receiver. South High comes out with split left and right, I formation. Grimm a quarterback. He's back to throw, looks deep, throws down the sideline, has a receiver. It is caught, and it is in for a touchdown. A 34-yard touchdown by the South High Titans on 3rd and long. The pass goes out to number 32, Ramon Logan, for the South High Titans. He was the recipient of the touchdown pass the first half, and Panthers gambled a little bit on defense, and it cost them that time. But with a 26-point lead, they could afford to gamble a little bit. Grimm set to attempt the extra point.
They got too many people on the field.
And South High takes timeout. Looks like they had 12 people on the field, so they've got to take a timeout and get organized. With 11:47 to go in the fourth quarter, Derby lead is now 33-13. Now we're back ready to try the point after by the South High Titans. Grimm, number 11, set to attempt the kickoff. Kick is up and is good, and there is a flag on the penalty. It's going to be called roughing the kicker against the Panthers. Tyler Malik in and runs into the kicker after the kick, so it will be assessed after the kickoff. The point after looked like it was good. Well, they may not be assessed on the half off. I'm not sure what the discussion is. On the kickoff, and that's what we have. The kick is good. It makes the score 33-14, and the penalty will be assessed against the Panthers on the kickoff. Panthers will probably not get much of an opportunity to return this kick, as the Grimm, the kicker and quarterback, has a strong leg and will undoubtedly has the strength to put the ball into the end zone. Look for possibility of an onside kick in this situation, because even if it's not successful, the Panthers will not have real good field position. So they don't gain a lot by kicking into the end zone, and Panthers definitely looking for an onside kick. Malik standing way back by himself as the Panthers bring up 10 guys to close to the line of scrimmage, and he does kick it into the end zone. Don't understand the logic that time, because the ball comes out to the 20, and with an onside kick, Panthers probably would not have gotten it much better field position than what they're going to have it anyway. And the line of scrimmage, double tight end set for the Panthers. Gorley split to the right. Malik and Weirman in the backfield. Handoff is to Shelby. Up the middle, he's hit at the line of scrimmage, fights to the outside. Gets back to the line of scrimmage. Maybe gains half a yard on the carry. Aaron Severin checks in for the Panthers. They can go with one tight end. Severin split to the right. Gorley split to the left. Hand off to Malik. He follows his blockers to the left side. Hurdles a defensive guy. Gets the ball out across the 25-yard line. It's about the 26-yard line. Going to bring up 3rd and 4 from the Panthers from their own 26-yard line. Split to the near side. Gorley split to the far side. Gilbert calling play. Hands off to Malik. He follows his blockers, gets across the 30-yard line, picks up a first down for the Panthers, gets out to the 33-yard line. Ball was placed at the 34-yard line, will be 1st and 10. Aaron Severin again checks in. He comes to the near side of the field. Gerald with hands off to Weirman, fullback. He carries the ball across the 35-yard line, gets just brought down just short of the 40-yard line, about a 6-yard gain for Shelby. Tyler Malik comes to the near side. Panthers face 2nd and 4. Gelberth back, looks for Gorley. He's hit just as he throws, and the ball falls short. And Barry Gelberth on a quick pass did not even have time to take the 2-step drop and set up as he's rushed and knocked on the seat of his pants. that route normally doesn't take much time for Gelbert to set up, but he had no time as the South defense was blitzing and came at him with 3rd and 4. Panthers up in the I formation. They run the option. Gelbert keeps it, turns inside. He's going to be real close to the first down. He gains 4. He tucks it down and fights for a tough 4 yards, and they do give him a first down. 9:15 to go in the ball game. Panthers stay in the I formation with double wide. Gorley to the near side. Hand off to Werman, fullback on the fullback dive again. He gets across the 45, just brought down short of the 50-yard line. 5-yard gain for Shelby.
2nd and 5.
Brings up 2nd and 5 at the 49-yard line. Aaron Severin checks in for the Panthers. He goes split to the left. Gorley split to the right. 2nd and 5 for the Panthers. Gelbert calls out the signals. He hands off to Malik, follows Werman, and there's no hole in the middle of the line. He fights to get back to the line of scrimmage, and it's going to be 3rd and 5 for the Panthers. And that's a lot of football player out there. Panthers have 3rd and 4. I formation. Gelbert calls the play, sets back to throws to Gorley out in the flat, and Gorley had not made the cut, made the pattern, and it goes incomplete. So it's going to bring up 4th down for the Panthers. 4th and 4 from their own 49-yard line. Punt team comes on for the Panthers with 7:44 to go in the 4th quarter. They will punt the ball back to South. Panthers are going to have to hurry to not get a delay of game. Shelby Werman standing at his own 35-yard line to punt. Logan back to receive, standing at his 20. It's a low snap. Shelby picks it up, gets a good punt. Logan's going to let it bounce. It bounces straight up in the air, and it's going to be down about the 15-yard line. Looks like maybe about the 14-yard line. So with 7:34 to go in the ball game, the Panthers hold on to a 19-point lead. South High comes out with the I formation, double split. Grimm hands off to tailback Price. He cuts to the outside, gets across the 20-yard line. About a 6-yard gain from about their own 21-yard line. South goes with double tight. Another split I formation. Again, the handoff to Price. He runs into a wall of tacklers. Going to be short of the first down. He gets back to the line of scrimmage. They give Price a 1-yard gain before Williams and Reed will make the tackle. So it does bring up 3rd and 2 for South. I formation. Grimm back gives to the fullback. He's hit right at the line of scrimmage, and he's going to be brought down for no gain. It's going to bring up 4th and about 3 for South, deep in their own territory. So they send the punting team on. Panthers, Malik standing about his own 42-yard line. Grimm back to punt. Grimm hits a high punt. Malik's going to field it about the 44. He immediately breaks one tackle, spins to the outside, gets off another tackle, gets across the 45 up to about the 49-yard line. So with 5:28 to go in the 4th quarter, the Panthers will take over 1st and 10 on their own 49-yard line. Gelbert calls the play and brings the Panthers to the line of scrimmage. Panthers go to a double tight end set. Lone split man, Corey Gorley split to the near side of the field. I formation, handoff to Malik. Malik runs over the right tackle, gets across the midfield line, takes the ball down to the 49-yard line of South. Panthers stay in the double tight end set. Malik at tailback, Shelby Werman at fullback. Gelworth turns hands off to Malik. He hits the left side of the line, gets across the line of scrimmage, takes it down to about the 47-yard line, about a 2-yard gain for Tyson. Tyson and the Panthers finding the going real tough. South High stacking the defense up real tight. Panthers come out with a double split. Aaron Severin split right, Gorley split left. Gelworth calls the signals. He pitches back to Shelby Werman, who's at tailback. Shelby tries to cut the corner, cuts upfield, picks up the first down, crosses the 40-yard line, crosses the 35-yard line. There is a penalty on the play. Shelby picks up about 13 yards for the Panthers. There is a personal foul against South, so they will move the ball on down the field. So the penalty is going to move the ball down inside the 20, down to the 19-yard line for the Panthers. They will have 1st and 10 at South High's 19-yard line. 3:43 remaining in the ball game. Shelby Werman comes off the field now. He had remained on the field now for tailback 46. John Dillard for the Panthers. 45, David Russell now in at fullback. Gelworth back. Hands off to 46, Dillard. He tries to get to the outside and looks like a busted play. There is a penalty on the play. It's probably going to be illegal procedure against the Panthers.
Dillard?
Panthers making some changes, substitutions with 3:22 to go in the ball game. Number 11, Troy Glazier coming in at quarterback. Panthers have a new backfield in. Glazier at tailback, or quarterback. Dillard at tailback. And David Russell at fullback. Aaron Severin split to the right. Corey Gorley split to the left. Glazier back, hands off to Dillard. He's hit immediately, thrown for a loss, and there's got to be a piling on. There is a flag. Late hit by South High, and that's uncalled for. Dillard was thrown for about a 6 or 7 yard loss, and South High comes in real late and piles on. It is a personal foul against South. Line will bring up 2nd and 3 for the Panthers at the 12-yard line. They need to get just across the 10-yard line for the 1st and 10. Glazier quarterback, he turns, pitches to Dillard. He gets outside, cuts back inside, breaks the tackle, cuts to the outside, slips and falls at the 5-yard line, 6-yard line. He does pick up a 1st down for the Panthers. He fumbled was after he was down, so Panthers will have 1st and goal from the 6-yard line. Aaron Severin brings the play in from the side. He goes split to the left. Corey Gorley split to the right. Troy Glazier brings him to the line. Russell fullback, Dillard at tailback. 2:10 left to go in the ball game. Glazier takes a snap, pitches to Dillard. He follows the block, cuts back inside, cuts against the grain, fights, gets down to about the 2-yard line, gets close to scoring. A tough 5-yard gain.
46 carry.
Ball is going to be spotted about the 1-yard line, so it will be 2nd and 1 for the Panthers. 1:52 remain in the ball game with the clock running. Panthers studying on a very comfortable 33-14 lead with under 2 minutes to go in the ball game and trying to add to that 19-point lead. Glazier brings them to the line of scrimmage. Troy takes a snap, pitches to Dillard. He goes to the left side, fights to get outside, fights for a yard. He's going to be short of the goal line. It looks like it's about 6 yards short of a touchdown for the Panthers. So it's going to bring up 3rd and goal from about the 6-inch line. Panthers have gone on this offensive series with Dillard playing the role of the workhorse, and he's carried it down to the 6-inch line. Laser sets up a quarterback. Takes a snap, hands to Dillard. He follows the fullback, and he's going to be stopped short. So it's going to bring up 4th and goal for the Panthers, and they probably won't get another playoff as the clock winds down under 30 seconds to go now, and they probably won't call another play, and that's probably going to be the end of the ball game. So the Panthers take a 33-14 win over Wichita South, and they have 1 game remaining in district, and that will be against Wichita Southeast next week at Panther Stadium.
Good game, Chris. Good game.
Wide receivers.
I can't believe you get me to do this, Cole.
I can't either. I didn't think you'd come back. Yep. You ready? We're here with Coach Evans after the 33-14 win by the Derby Panthers over South High in the 2nd district game for the 1994 season. Your comments on the game, Coach?
Well, I thought the key, obviously, was we came out the second half. We sort of exploded and got 16 points, but overall, I think we got some mistakes we're going to have to correct, but it was a 2nd win, and that's what we wanted.
Well, I think the mistakes probably overshadowed how well the defense played tonight, because they probably had more first downs on penalties than they had rushing or passing.
Yeah, that's true. Our defense played well. There was 2 plays we broke down on, and the last one was just something that we didn't execute at all. But the defense played well, and they've been carrying us all year. And if we get our offense going, we'll be ready to go when it comes to playoff time.
Well, I know the one thing that's concerning the coaching staff right now is some key injuries and some people banged up. And I think you missed those. Derby hasn't had the luxury of the depth that they've had in the past, so injuries do play a role. How are some of the kids that are injured? What's their status?
Well, Jeff could have played tonight, Raylander, but we decided to keep him out in case we really needed him, and luckily we didn't. He'll be ready to go next week. Jared, we expect back for the 1st district game. And Parscale, we think, is gone. We don't know for sure, but we think he's gone. But he's going to the doctor next week, and he might be back. So we're really going to be pretty healthy time we get to playoffs.
Well, we still have 1 game left in district, and that's against Southeast. And the way I have it figured now, we have secured a spot in the playoffs. Is that correct?
Well, if West beats Southeast, we have. And we figure they will. And, of course, we want to go 9-0, obviously, so we're going to treat next week just like we haven't made it yet, obviously.
Well, the Derby regular season winning streak is now, what, 44 games or 45 games? Somewhere in the mid-40s, so I'm sure that the players have some pride in that streak. What do you expect against Southeast?
Well, Ashworth announced his resignation, so we know they're going to be playing tough just for that reason alone. But they're going to be good, and they got 2 backs that are good. This Carter kid's real good, and we'll have to, our defense again, we'll have to make sure that we make channel him where he doesn't want to go, and if we can do that, we'll be fine. But they got good players.
Again, a big 19-point victory for the Derby Panthers, and I'm sure that's a relief after last week's 4 overtime game, and it's nice to have one of those that's not as much pressure on you.
Yeah, and truthfully, that is right, but we were concerned because 7 days, they say it takes you to get over a big win, and this was the 7th day, and we were concerned about that all week, and us as coaches, we still found ourselves thinking about it, so we knew the kids were, but this is a good one to get out of the way, and now we can go play Southeast and not worry about West and look down the road, and it's going to be Southeast. We ought to play well against Southeast.
Well, you know, I think a lot of people overlook South, not realizing that they were coming in here with a 5-game winning streak, and they lost their first 2 games of the season and then put together a nice 5-game streak. Had a big win last week over Southeast, so this was by no means an easy City League game tonight, and the Panthers did a good job of coming out and taking the ball game to them. So with 8 games out of the way, and the Panthers setting on an 8-0 record, they're looking to finish the regular season with a perfect 9-0 season. Congratulations to you and the coaching staff and the players.
Thanks, Terry.